million people. So this isn't to be taken lightly. This isn't a neighborhood paper. This is really a powerful platform for our country and for our countrymen. As you can see, Istanbul, where to eat. In our second issue of I Am Modern magazine, Dr. Oz was generous and very gracious to give us an interview on our second issue, but now he has a TV show, so he's a little harder to get a hold of. But before, when he was a doctor, we could actually get a hold of him. And as you guys may know, Eylül Shafak. So, in addition to the publications, and in addition to the movies, we decided to do something insanely crazy last year at the Turkish festival. My husband and I are not in the food industry. We're in the food industry as supporters, as eaters. So we like to eat a lot. So, you know, we have a 9-year-old son who's sitting right there, or standing, I should say, and he is crazy fanatical about the Guinness World Book of Records. So in studying the book one day with his dad, he said, "Hey Dad, are there any Turks in this book?" And yes, Turks are in the Guinness Book of World Records, but for things like having the longest mustache, having the largest nose, and that was man from Karadeniz, but nothing about food. And you guys all know, being Turkish, it's a vital part of who we are, is food. And we didn't own that in the book records. So my husband and my son said, "We're going to break the record. Hey Mom, we're going to break the record for having the longest shish kebab." And they approached the Turkish festival. It created such a good buzz. There were hundreds of people there. And we used the magazine as a platform to promote the event as well. And you can see they're measuring the kebab and taking very important pictures there. So that was a very nice community event that we got to be a part of. So we broke the record, by the way. So now, Turkey in the US media, in general. You know, I want to tell you, it's not good, but it's also not bad. Most of the time, the subjects that are covered are what's going on and what's current, okay? So it's human rights. Right now, especially with the journalists being arrested in Turkey, a lot of media outlets are talking about it. Soaps, we all know about the soaps, right? Hey, we can have another presentation about this one, but we won't. So government policy and politics, you know, the flotilla, PKK, the Armenian genocide, these are all things we talk about. And then our new pride and joy, Anthony Bourdain went to Istanbul. That was a big highlight for us, right? But there's something missing here. So, okay, Turkey politics, human rights, policies, tourism, and travel, and a little bit of business. But there's a story that's missing in the media, and that's us, the American Turks. The media is not talking about us. And that's the part that I'm here to talk about. In order to understand why there's a lack of representation, we have to understand how media works. First thing, publishers' biases matter. People who own those media outlets, just like mine, on my magazine, you will never find anything that goes against the Turkish cause, ever. I'm a Turkish publisher. I will highlight Turks, Turkish restaurants, Turkish business owners. So publishers in New York also have that bias, right? Their personal beliefs and theories, and they go on them. In addition, large demographics do matter. We are not an Indian population of immigrants. We're not in massive quantities here. So we are a select few, but precious bunch, but we are not a lot. So that does make things a little difficult in representation. In addition to that, we don't really have large investors in the community here. We don't have huge centers in most major cities. We do in some, but not a lot. I think that there are other communities that are better organized than we are.